Hi guys, good morning. So we are going to ride a boat. What do you call this?
This is a steamboat.
Steamboat, the heavy sector. Ayan, so yan yung boat na sasakyan namin. I think it's an hour tour, so it's gonna be a relaxing one. See cheese, Ethan? See cheese? Han. So guys, we are here at the boat now.
Boat to nowhere.
If you close your eyes, you can almost imagine that you're on your way to Nolans. You can feel when you blow them. I really do think it would be fun. I'm sure some of you looked down at the boat and thought it would. A packet boat carry passengers, but also for 4 years in Cincinnati, there's been a festival called Tall Stacks. They were also hot and full of soot because they directly exhausted the boilers. Somebody finally figured out the problem was not the tall stack, it was just the top of it. So they simply moved the hinge up toward the top, put a counterweight on the outside so one person could easily tip them back. The top of our stacks weigh about 100 pounds. But when we pick up on the iron bar on the outside, they feel virtually weightless.
That's really close.
The only problem in tipping our stacks back, because they're not functional, they can fill up with water. But that only affects people up here in the first class seats. We do have a name for it. We call it riverboat baptism. But we don't charge extra for that. We normally clear the bridge by about 18 inches. The stake was used to float logs down to sawmills, where it was cut up and shipped mill bid. He was only 31 years old at the time. He had already been governor by the president because Michigan was still beneath the water. It sounds silly, but you can be standing in water a little above your knees, and we could float right by you, fully loaded. To expand this house and also do some architectural corrections to it. 7. It's named after Marv Herzog. Marv was a polka band leader. He lived his life here in Frankenmuth and was known around the world. His wife was involved in building the hotel and named it after him. Turtle. First thing that pops up is a video of a spiny softshell running. It's scary. Turtles should not go that fast.
Somebody's house, huh?
Original in Munich, Germany, that's sanctioned by the German government. The first Oktoberfest was held in Munich in 1810 as a 3-week celebration for the wedding of King Ludwig. Seed in it and made grass. And they did it. They made it nice. Memorial Park is the other park, and if you look back through an open line, the right side of the river is actually a boat well. That's where the boat spends the winter. It freezes in. Ice on this river many years is over 2 feet thick. They're all brown, mostly. Got some white blotches on them. But the larger owl in North America is a great gray owl in Alaska, and it's only a couple inches taller than these skunks. Probably helps they have a more sense of smell. But they can actually take down.
We're turning back around.
Eagles, when they kill animals, they just pick them up, they take them way high and just drop them.
Yep.
They don't kill them with their claws, they just pick them up and then they drop them way high up in the air.
The Cass River is about 65 miles long. It gets its water from several tributaries up in the Thumb area. A lot of it comes off farmland. It flows eventually into the Shiawassee River, the Tittabawassee River, and the Saginaw.
pull it in there.
You gotta give him. Oh no!
At least one little tiny one.
The other side.
Something, another thing a lot of people don't know, groundhogs technically they don't, but they do something kind of magical.
Going in the river.
Turtles have the ability on their backside, their rump. There's a couple places where they actually can absorb oxygen, and it goes from the water to the skin, the blood vessels inside, and they get enough oxygen that way to survive the winter. And then springtime, it starts warming up, their bodies warm up, they wake up, start moving around, come back up again. But that's how turtles survive all winter under the water without breathing, but by absorbing oxygen. This boat has not always been on the Cass River. It was the 1,100 miles trip from Arkansas should have taken 4 or 5 days. But because of bad weather with ice in the south and shut down in one direction of an interstate, it had to travel on Class A state highways and U.S. highways, and every time it did that, it required at least 5 police cars to escort it. It went up to the sycamore tree between that and the leaning tree, and we had 2 175-ton cranes pick it off the truck. This boat cruises at 7 or 8 miles an hour. If you do the math, you would realize that we actually could have seen some species of trees grow as we made our way north. We calculated we would be in Lake Michigan sometime in November. That's not a good time to be there. So rather than retrieve the boat off the bottom of Lake Michigan and truck, we thought we'd just leave it on the truck. Much softer than minks, actually. And here's a mink. These are very common in the river too. Minks are a member of the weasel family. They look weaselly. They're fun to watch when they're out looking for food because they run along the shoreline sticking their nose in things, under things. They're just so curious. They have to find every little nook and cranny where there might be something to eat, and they'll eat just about anything, but they like animals. And I don't care how big it is, they'll take it on. They're feisty. Sometimes when they're running along, they'll stop and look at you, like, what are you looking at? And then go on. They're characters. They come down by the boat sometimes. They dance in the big rocks around the boat. And they'll come down the boat and go around the rub rail and eat all the popcorn, and then they go back by the paddle wheel and leave us a gift. But anyway, minks, obviously. Mink coats. What does this have to do with mink coats? Well, back probably around 1900, when mink coats were very popular, people would pay extra to get a muskrat collar on it because it's softer than mink. I'll leave these up here and you can feel them. And there is a difference. This is, the hair is kind of spiny. This is more like fluff. So you feel those and see. They've done it for 3 years, I think. And they're going to do it again sometime, maybe this week. Couldn't raise animals because they had no way to feed them, and the goats were the answer. So there's
Next year you can do travel ball.
on the left side of the river. See a fence back in there, and there's yellow on top of it, and there's a huge structure sticking up in the air that's still under construction. It's a new water park. Aerial parks are trees that you go up in a tree and then you go move from one tree to another on rope. Suspended drive as an engineer, designer, and hand builder.
They must have a small water park inside already.
This particular bridge was built on land on the east side of the river.
Bavarian.
And it was built all by hand. It
That's
took
the one that
them
owned
2
the
years to
restaurant
build it.
too, right?
And while they were doing that,
Bavarian.
a contractor was putting the concrete
Oh,
bridge
okay, that's a
piers
different one
in the
then.
river bottom. When they got done building the bridge, they jacked it up and they put timbers under it. They extended the timbers out across the rock and tackle, and the cable amplified the pulling power of each of the oxen from 1 to 180. So even though there were only 2 oxen walking around the capstan, theoretically there were 360 holding the bridge out across the bridge piers. One of the major structural components of the bridge is the lattice truss. You can see that from either side. The lattice truss weighs over 20 tons, and is made of Douglas fir. When you go under the bridge, you can see the tails of the truss extending below the roadway. You can see they're held together with very large dowels. Those are called trunnels or tree nails. They are 2 inches in diameter and will blow off the bridge piers in the wind. The name of the bridge is Holzbrücke, which means wooden bridge.
Wooden bridge. That barely fits in there, guys. Look at that.
On the left side of the boat, the sidewalks and docks you see were part of the construction of River Place in 2001. The limestone there came from the Niagara Escarpment.
Alright, we're gonna duck in the bridge. Huh? Where's that? Oh no, we got a visitor. We got a visitor in the boat. Oh, so cute. Yeah. So ayan guys, dito na kami. We are going to duck. Ayan, it was almost an hour tour. So it was fun and relaxing. So you guys get this way. It's in Frankenmuth, Michigan. In this hay. It's fun. So this is the first thing we're doing today, and we're gonna try to do some other things. So thank you for watching.